What's up guys, Everything Apple Pro here, and iOS 8.2 is right around the corner. So with a release date so soon, in this video I'm going to be doing a full iOS 8.2 review. I'm going to be talking about what's changed, what's different, how it is using it, and when it's going to be out. Now when it comes to support, the iPhone 4S will still be supported, and the iPod Touch 5th generation will keep that support. Apple is focusing a lot on stability of older devices, so it makes sense. Now from there, the 5, 5C, 5S, 6, and 6 Plus, and all iPads above the second generation will be supported. Now taking a look at iOS 8.2, you'd be hard pressed to find any differences from iOS 8.1.3. It's virtually unchanged. Now all of the fixes are mostly underneath, however there are a few key features that have changed. Now Apple is planning a spring forward event on this Monday, and during this event Apple will either release iOS 8.2 or give a set date for when iOS 8.2 released. It's most likely that it will be released on Monday. Now the main purpose of iOS 8.2 is to prepare your device for the Apple Watch. So number one difference that you can notice with your eyes is in settings. If you go ahead and enable Bluetooth, you'll notice that there is this link. It'll take you to the Apple Watch app, which you can pair in here. So it's pretty much to make your device compatible with the Apple Watch. Now, compatibility with the Apple Watch starts at the 5S and goes up from there. So older devices will not be able to support it. Now, other than that, there are a surprising amount of changes in the official release log. Now, using iOS 8.2, I guarantee you will notice one thing. Things are more stable. In the actual release notes, Apple has added a lot of stability to some of their apps, including Maps. So especially in flyover mode. If you're ever zooming around a city, looking at things in flyover in that 3D mode, it's really cool. It's a fun feature. However, it's just not very optimized very well. And iOS 8.2 certainly makes it more enjoyable. So, this is how you would do it. You usually move it over like this, and as you can see, you can actually see buildings. So it definitely feels a lot better. There's less stutter, less glitches. This is just one of the areas Apple has improved the stability on. Music application as well. Scrolling between a large amount of data, large amount of music, you will notice there is less lag. I personally have so much music, so this is a very welcome change. So the release notes state that mail, voiceover, and if you guys use a hearing aid, this will improve the connection and stability between that. So thank you, Apple. Now, iOS 8.2 also carries into the system optimization. So especially on older devices, you'll notice that the system takes less memory, or the operating system takes less memory to install on your device. So you'll have more free memory for music, for videos, games, anything you guys choose. That's a very welcome change. I'm glad Apple's doing them. And it's especially noticeable on older devices. So if you guys will be upgrading a 4S or an iPhone 5, it's definitely going to be a lot more stable and a little bit quicker than iOS 8.1.2 or 8.1.3. So thank you, Apple. I really appreciate that you're making this better, the iOS 8 experience for older devices. There are a number of other fixes, primarily focusing on the Health app. Now, if you guys don't use that, it wouldn't really affect you, but Apple has definitely completely redone the Health app. It has a host of new features and stability fixes. So there are some new features that will allow for better syncing of information between the Apple Watch. Definitely an upgraded Health app. And for me, I don't really use this app, so it's not that big of a deal, but it's certainly something that could come in handy for people that are very reliant on this application. Now, on the bug side, Apple is definitely making some headway. There was an issue with the maps that prevented navigating to some favorite locations, and Apple has fixed that. There's an issue where if you were trying to sync some playlists or some music, they wouldn't appear in your music application. Apple did fix that. And an issue with Bluetooth calling where no audio was heard until the call is answered, and that was one that I was affected with. There's a lot of fixes, over 10. There's so much stability enhancements. It's certainly more an evolutionary update than it is, adding new features and stuff. However, stability and bug fixes is the main priority of iOS 8.2. If you guys want to see the full change log, you can see that down below in the description. I will have a link down there. There's a huge one. I mean, there's tons of stuff that has changed. So what's next? Well, with iOS 8.2, Apple will introduce support for the Apple Watch. The Apple Watch will be released. It could be a big hit, and I'm certainly excited to check that guy out. Now, other than that, iOS 8.3 is next after 8.2, and there's already a public beta version of it out. I have a video for that as well right there. 8.3 primarily focuses also on system optimization, and it introduces wireless CarPlay for cars compatible with them. iOS 8.4 is also in the works as well. Beats audio subscription is the primary focus, and then iOS 9. So there's certainly so many updates coming out, and it's very exciting. But 8.2 will focus on making your device more usable, and I applaud Apple for taking the time to stop making new features and focusing on what needs to be fixed. The Taiji team is very confident in their ability to create an 8.2 jailbreaks, so we'll be relying on them. Otherwise, guys, I do hope you enjoyed this review. We'll learn a couple things, and again, you guys can see the full changelog of fixes down below in the description. So once it does drop, you guys are prepared and you know what's coming. Anyways, have a great day. Peace.